What does your site specifically manage, and how many employees are on your site?
We are a roofing manufacturing plant here in Avery, and we have about 215 employees on site currently.
How did your site manage EHS before using Gensuite?
A lot of our practices were managed using spreadsheets prior to Gensuite, using a shared drive where everybody could access that shared drive and then any necessary documents and spreadsheets via that shared drive.
What results have you seen since deploying Gensuite?
I think better communication amongst the plant. Everybody's able to get all the documents they need. Training is more uniform. We're able to track training to completion more than better completion rates. It just makes everything company-wide a lot easier to access all in one platform versus having to search through folders.
Have you made it a site policy to use Gensuite?
Yes, we have, and we're actually extending this out, hopefully more towards our hourly personnel as well, but currently salary. Everyone in our salary division currently uses Gensuite.
What is your favorite thing about using Gensuite?
Actually, just ease of access. It's nice to go to one location and gather all the information instead of having to kind of piece everything together. So I can go to one application and get all the information that I need via documents, training, action tracking, everything is just in one location. So it just makes it more manageable for me.
What tips and best practices would you give to new users?
I would just have to say that the more you work with it, the easier it becomes. Sometimes it can be a lot at first, but honestly, the more you work with it, the more you find out what you can use it for and in different applications. Sometimes you can use applications differently than what's necessarily designed for. So just being open and using the tools that they have, the help videos, and then reaching out to their support as well. They've been very helpful through all of our implementation process.
What does your site specifically manage, and how many employees are on your site?
All right, we are a manufacturing facility of vinyl siding and vinyl accessories. We are also the distribution site for all of our North American Siding Products Group locations. We distribute out of this location, and we've got 280 employees here.
How did your site manage EHS before using Gensuite?
All right, the way we managed it was sort of twofold. We used a group program called Auditmatic. Was not too successful or too, for me. I also had my own home-built access database, and I used that for managing EH&S.
What results have you seen since deploying Gensuite?
All right, it's what I've gotten the best out of Gensuite so far versus using Auditmatic or the database is we actually are still we're tracking all of our BBS observations. We're using that now through Gensuite. We also have all of our near misses and safety suggestions that are turned in and to reporting, and that goes into Gensuite. What's most important is that we actually run a meeting every Monday, and it's where we go over, we review all these action items, these things that the employees turn in. I use Gensuite to run that meeting, and that has made my life, that has really been phenomenal.
What is your favorite thing about using Gensuite?
The meeting that I run on Monday is called my STAR meeting. So it's stop, TF, abnormality, and the R stands for review. So I've been using concern reporting religiously, 100%, for that meeting every Monday from 1 to 3. My plant manager all the way to the union representation is there. It's probably about 15 people in the room. And through concern reporting, we've been going through everything that they turn in. So we're now turning on safety observations. My staff's using it. And that's going to be the next wave, the next part. We're going to sort of branch it off to where concern reporting is going to be more of my TF or my near miss safety suggestion side, and my safety observations is going to be really for true BBS observations, behavioral stuff.
What has been your experience with the Gensuite support team?
Several questions, especially as I get into it. I'm looking at ways now that we can kind of tailor Gensuite to help me more. I've had questions along the way, rolling it out. I had one problem rolling it out. It was all me. It was totally me. But yeah, Caroline's been there totally 100% for me, and so is Darren. So that's been really good.
Why should every Saint-Gobain site adopt Gensuite?
The great thing about Gensuite is it's going to be a repository or a place where all of this data and all this information, and most importantly, the corrective actions, it's where this stuff is going to be. And it's going to be stored. We can share it. We can pick from it. We can see what other plants are doing, not doing, the problems they're having, the struggles they're having. That's what is going to be the most exciting about it.
Where are you located, and what is your role at Gensuite?
We are located in Stephenville, Texas. I am the Environmental Health and Safety Coordinator here at the facility.
And how has Gensuite integrated with your operational team?
We have managed to get our supervisors and maintenance department to migrate our safety concerns reporting and our inspections into a single platform. They're able to use the tools that have been provided, the mobile devices, to eliminate the use of just paper forms and documents that oftentimes would get lost.
How has Gensuite standardized your data collection system, and what impact has it had on that function?
So our data collection, in terms of keeping up with, for example, our compliance, so everything is in one place, and it's self-driven in terms of the reminders, the required updates. Whereas before we had to keep up with the spreadsheet, and then of course if you just neglected to update that spreadsheet, then your data was out of date, and no one was there to sort of remind you that something needed tended to. In terms of visual management, it is very easy for all departments and everybody that is using the platform to integrate the reports, or to visually look at things that are coming up due and how they're performing in terms of completion rates of on time, and then also be able to visually get a big heads up on something that is falling behind in terms of rate or completion items that are past due. So it's helped streamline the management of action items and compliance due date.
And how has data management within Gensuite changed the way you collect and use data to manage EHS?
So one of the things that we are working on with Gensuite is the information upflow of safety concerns reporting was done through many different methods, either word of mouth or filling out some sort of form, or just communicating it to in some sort of meeting where that information was collected. With Gensuite, we are able to put everything, basically mainstream all those channels into one single repository that then what the end user can do is designate or assign the task directly to the person responsible for resolving the issue, which is in many ways eliminating that the middleman to resolve things, when they can directly go to the maintenance person responsible for it, the EHS coordinator to immediately put attention to it, to the department manager to get the right purchasing done so that the issues can be solved. So it's streamlining how safety items are being addressed from the line or the shop floor operator